I just seen the email that was sent out, so I'll fix it later. Okay.
Okay, guys.
I swear to God, you guys. I love that I'm the example for you guys, so you can be like, wow, Mindy Wender can do this, and she's where she's at. Hell yes, I can do this. Because she's a hot mess. Okay. Press record.
Okay, it's recording, and it recorded that whole thing, so that's good.
Okay. Didn't realize we were live, so no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so go ahead. You can kick it off. There's more people coming.
So here's the thing, guys. We are going to be doing this call. It's on your calendar. You know that thing, the calendar. So we really want you guys to make sure that you can hop on these calls or catch the recording. Very important. So today we're just going to talk about inviting, and then we'll take some questions if you guys have questions. So I really want to challenge you guys to really step out of your comfort zone. So you guys aren't new coaches. You know how to invite, but you might be struggling with a part of it, but you know what a power hour looks like. So we shouldn't have to go through exactly what a power hour looks like. You can jump into new coach training if you need a refresher, right? So inviting, really important. And if you don't do it, you're never going to grow. You're never going to grow your business by just posting on Facebook or Instagram stories and not reaching out to people behind the scenes. This is how I built my business in the beginning. I did everything on Private Messenger, everything behind the scenes. So let's challenge you guys to invite. So who are you going to invite? These are some different areas of where you can find people to invite. Every day you're adding to your network. After you're liking and commenting on their stuff on their regular Facebook page, or if you're doing it on Instagram, you could bring it into a conversation. Now, I'm not saying you invite them, and you don't know anything about them. I'm saying you have to start building that conversation. So if you don't have anyone to invite, that means you're not building enough relationships. So that's first and foremost, that you have to be building relationships, new ones every single day. So an example, and you guys know examples that we always talk about, like you can take something off of their page and ask them about it. You can take a connection that you have with them and ask them, hey, so-and-so, I saw that you posted that your oldest is going to kindergarten. Where is she going? Like if you're local, where is she going? Because my daughter is going to X, Y, and Z. Or you can talk about a recipe they posted, something like that. You can ask them anything. Like the people you are following and building those relationships with or connecting with or even adding to your network are people that you actually have something in common with. So finding a commonality shouldn't be awkward or weird. It should just be normal. Especially if they see you commenting and liking on their posts. So when you do message them, they're not like, oh my gosh, this girl is so weird. Like they're having conversations with you on their posts previously. So it's not, they're just like, oh wow, she's so nice. I really like, and they're probably looking up to you because of what you're doing on your page. They're watching you. And then you ask them a question, of course they're going to answer. I asked a girl the other day for a recipe. She made gluten-free cookies. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my kids would love those. She sent them to me. And she goes, they're not great for you. And then we just talked about it. And we talked about how her kids she's trying to transition to gluten-free. I talked to her about how I do it. And then we got into the conversation of health and fitness. And then I invited her to a challenge group. Like that's how it went. And it was a 3-day thing. And it wasn't me constantly responding to her. You know why it was a 3-day invite? And now she's watching the video for our challenge group. Is because I'm always liking her stuff. I'm always commenting on her stuff. Her kids are so cute. They're always popping up in my Instagram newsfeed. So that's why it goes quickly. And I'll tell you right now, if she doesn't join tomorrow when I follow up, she will join this in the next month or so. I know it because we just have that connection. So Mindy, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah. So just to simplify it, because I remember as a new coach when I was hearing other people saying inviting and presenting the business and inviting to your challenge group and filling your challenge group and saying all these things, like in my brain, like I have to have a system to follow when it comes to anything in my business and anything in my life if it's going to become a habit. So whenever you try to form a habit in your business, in your personal life, whatever, create a system around it and you will be more likely to do it every single day. So the reason why when I drew the line in the sand, like you guys know, I wasn't like diamond in 90 days or anything, but when I drew the line in the sand, why I went emerald in a week and why I went diamond soon after that and 2-star soon after that. And I went from like 5-star to 10-star, 10-star to 15-star. The reason why all of that happened is because I followed the system of inviting. So this is the 5 steps that I followed. It's everything that Tara just talked about, but I put it in like steps because I don't know, that's just how my brain works. But before I say that, and this is number 1 on this list, is you have to be growing your network or you're not going to have people to invite. You have to be adding people to your network. Even if you're like, oh no, I'm going to, talk to my friend's family list of 100 names. Great. Please do that. But on top of that, the reason why a lot of people in our type of business, let's just say MLM, network marketing, even though our business is like set apart from the rest, obviously, because it's obviously Beachbody, it's health fitness. It's not just like a handbag or whatever, nothing wrong with that, but you know what I'm saying. It's because the reason why some other companies, you'll see that they're like probably friends of yours were very into their business, but then after a couple months it fizzles. It's because they're only doing their list of 100 names. So if you want this to be like, I've been doing this for 8 years. If you want to have this do you have a long-term vision for this? If so, which I know you all do because you're taking the time to get on this call, then you have to be using face-to-face is great, but social media will go faster. Social media to grow your network. You have to. This is every single day. The first thing I would do before I did anything else in the morning, I would add 10 people to my network. And then I would even do more later, but I just wanted to get that out of the way because I knew all the other stuff was not possible if I didn't have people to talk to. So here it is if you want to write it down. This is just something that I've been using forever and it works for me. Number 1, add new people to your network like we just talked about. So add new people. Number 2, mindset needs to be when I add these new people and I go to talk to them, the mindset, number 2, build relationship. Okay, so here I am on social media. I'm adding all these people. Now, step 2, after they added me and we're whatever, build the relationship. Step 3, ask questions. And here's the most important thing that a lot of people miss. Listen, care. So when you're asking these questions, and we can brainstorm on some questions that you guys can ask your people to build the relationship. We can totally do that with you. But number 3 is ask questions, and I write this in capital letters, listen, and then I underline listen 3 times. Because a lot of us are just so excited about what we have to offer these people that we're just like asking the question and we're missing so many key things. And I'll tell you why we need to know these things. There's so many key things to building the relationship is getting to know them. And you'll get to know them by listening. Number 4, and this is it, find out their needs and wants. Number 4, find out their needs and wants. Okay? Now, you're unable to do number 4 if you're not listening on number 3. So when you're asking them questions and you actually listen, then you're able to find out their needs and wants. So often people will come to me, my coaches, and they'll say, oh, I have all these girls I'm talking to, and this girl says this girl says that. And it's all these things that in my head trigger me. Oh my God, you have something to offer her. Oh my God. Well, she said that she really would, she's really just down in the dumps right now. So I didn't want to bother her. She's down in the dumps because she can't afford to go home and visit her family. Well, guess what? We have something to help her earn extra money so she can travel home more to visit her friends and family or whatever. It's like, I hear that, but these other people are hearing, you got to train your ears to hear the needs and wants. Mm. Once you have the system though, and it's written in front of you, you're like, okay, I asked the question, I'm reminded to listen, and I'm trying to find, the goal is to find out their needs and wants to see if I can serve them in any way. Okay. And that's it. Number 5 is ask. And what I mean by ask is ask them, have you ever considered blank? Now it could be, have you ever considered joining my free group? It could be, have you ever considered becoming a coach yourself? Have you ever considered joining one of my monthly challenge groups? So ask that question. Have you ever considered blank? And sometimes when I'm talking to these people, you guys, it's not always Beachbody related. Sometimes I'm like, have you ever considered maybe listening to podcasts? Have you ever considered reading this book? I just finished it and it made me think of you. So sometimes it's nothing to do with coaching, but a lot of times our solution does help a lot of people in a lot of different areas. It's health, it's fitness, it's mindset, it's faith, it's financial, helping with financial stuff. It's positive community, it's friends, it's a lot of things. So we do have a solution to a lot of what you're going to be hearing, but other times it's going to be, like I said, a podcast, a book, something else. Mm-hmm. Okay. So does that make sense to everybody? Does anyone have questions? Okay. Maybe we should brainstorm some questions that would spark up conversation for them when they're building relationships. So, okay. Let me think of a question. I know, well, like obviously, you can ask them what they do for a living if you don't know. I'm trying to think of where you guys are finding these people because, you know what I mean? It depends where you're at. But like I'll ask, are you into wellness too? Are you a coach as well? That's a lot on Instagram because you'll see their feed. And if they're like posting a lot of fitness stuff, sometimes I just ask them, are you a coach too? And if they say no, I'm like, oh my God, you're basically doing what I do as a coach already. Like, have you ever considered it? Mm-hmm. Something like that.
Yeah. And ahead, like if you're looking up hashtags of like 5-second rule or personal development related, you can reach out and build conversations with people that like personal development and ask them, say, hey, I saw that you posted this on your wall. Are you into personal development too? It's totally changed my life, something like that. And you can talk about the books that you've read or the books that they've read or how it's changed your life and why. And if it wasn't for coaching, you would have never gotten into personal growth or development because you thought it was for people that need self-help, and that's such a great conversation to have and say, hey, have you ever thought about coaching since you were already doing part of it? Something like that. Like there's so many avenues. I think a lot of times we overthink it, but
yeah. Tara, do you remember what forming, did you guys ever hear of forming from Danny Johnson? I forget what it stands for, but it's like forming, family, occupation, recreation,
message.
And then your message?
Yep, message. So like your health and fitness, like how you can help them.
Okay. So See what I'm saying? So you can kind of think of that word too, again, when our brains really do work well on a system. So thinking of that word and just say, okay, I'm going to build a relationship or form them. That's step 2. And then step 3 is ask questions and listen. So ask questions about family. Are you a mom too? How many children do you have? Stuff like that. Or if you're like, I know my sister-in-law, Morgan, is like obsessed with dogs and she's in a lot of dog groups. So just say, oh, what kind of dog do you have? Like if you're just like assume like you're in a mom group and you added somebody or something or whatever, you just saw their profile picture has a child, if you already know the answer, you don't have to say, do you have kids or do you have dogs? You could just say, what kind of dog do you have? How many children do you have? Are you a stay-at-home mom? That's occupation. What do you guys do for fun? That kind of stuff. So you guys it depends what your target market is. Like I ask a lot of Disney questions too, because I'm finding people who like Disney. So, and Tara will find people that are into obviously faith, but also interior decorating. So she can ask questions like, oh my God, are you like totally obsessed with Joanna Gaines like me? Because I named my dog after her. Like that kind of thing. So you guys can just think of very like questions. If you're at a party, not that we ever are all going to parties because we're like busy moms or whatever, but like if you were like face to face with these people that had things in common with you, let's just say that, like what would you ask them face to face? Like we have to kind of think about that. Like what would I say if this was to my best friend?
Right. Yeah. And here's the thing too, when you're forming, guys, you don't necessarily have to, like if you're talking to someone about their kids, say, oh, how old are your kids? And you're going back and forth about the kids. oh, are they in school? Do you work? And you're kind of talking about that. You don't have to hit all the questions. Like if it leads, like they might say, oh yeah, I work from home. And I could relate to that. I work from home too. And then you could start talking and getting into like, what do you do for fun? Do you do anything while they're like, are you able to take some time off during your day to maybe get a workout in or to run some errands? Like that's how I would talk. And they could say, yeah, or no, I haven't worked out in 10 years. That's when you're going to say, oh my gosh, you should totally join me in my next group. Like seriously, I was like that too. I didn't work out for a long time. And, you know, joining other women, other moms just helped me stay accountable. And then she'd ask, well, what is that all about? And that's invitation, not right there. So don't think you have to ask them every part of their life. Plus, if they are kind of weird and standoffish and only give you one word answers, then move on.
Do you really? Yeah, you don't really need that. You don't really, I mean, we want to help everyone, but like obviously that person's closing themselves off and maybe just won't be a good fit on your team or maybe not a good fit in your challenge group anyway. And if they want to change and if their heart changes and timing's right for them, they'll come to you, you know, because they're in your network. They're watching you post. So,
and if you keep on loving and commenting on their stuff, they're going to know that you care because right now they're probably thinking, oh, she just wants something from me. So they're going to know that you care anyway. And that's what's going to make them come around.
Yes. And this is why it's really great that you guys are posting from the heart and you're not just throwing up sales posts and you're not just throwing up posts that are just like meaningless just because you're like, oh my God, I have a alert on my phone that says I need to post on social media right now. Really, you know, I think more adding value, speaking from your heart, being you, being real, being authentic, that good content, that stuff matters more than getting a post up.
Oh, for
so
sure.
Don't just post. Really think about that because that person that might have there might be a lot of people. If you guys are adding 20 to 30 new people at a minimum to your network a week, which if you didn't know that would be my goal for you guys, 20 to 30 at a minimum new friends on your social media every single week. Now think of at the end of the year, if you did that consistently every single day, which you guys will, you're going to have a lot of people that may have had like a guard up. But so you have that whole handful of people that are going to be watching what you're posting and seeing your heart and sharing your faith or sharing, you know, stuff about your family. Like for me, I share stuff about my family all the time and I get people who reach out to me and say, you know, I just want to say thank you, blah, 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 blah. And they come around. So that's another thing too. I think this will be like the last thing we can talk. And if we want to open up for questions is going for no. You guys are in that spot right now where you are on the verge of pushing to diamond. Some of you are really close to diamond. Some of you may be just a new emerald and that's the goals. The next goal is to go to diamond. You're going to be talking to a lot of people in the next couple weeks, right? We need you guys. If you're emerald right now, the goal is to go diamond because that's the next step, right? So we need you guys to be talking to people and putting this opportunity in front of people every single week. Like at a minimum, 5 people a week, you should be putting this opportunity in front of people. Well, here's the thing. I used to be scared to death of getting rejected and getting no's and stuff, but we need to drop those fears and have a mindset shift and start actually going for no. Because the only way you're going to get to a yes is if you hear some no's. So you kind of have to get over that roadblock with yourself and just get over it and start to think of it this way. This opportunity literally changes lives. Our programs, Shakeology, everything that this company has to offer, it's not just you trying to sell somebody something. That's silly. Even if you weren't a coach, you would be telling everybody about this stuff because you love it. Right? You're passionate about this stuff. So you should almost feel guilty not talking about it. So now that you believe that, I want you guys to work on that belief because obviously just maybe hearing me say it, you maybe need a little bit more, but write these things down, all the benefits that other people would get if they started working out, if they started using your programs, if they drank Shakeology every day. Think of not only what's going to happen inside their body and in their mind, but think of the ripple effect it's going to have in their children's lives and then their husband or wife, or mom and dad, or grandparents, aunts, uncles, a circle of friends they have, and then their social media when they want to decide. It really has, you sharing this with one person, it's a ripple effect that you are changing lives. So you have to think about that. So when you're scared to get rejected, or maybe you're not, but for those, I just want to address this in case there's anyone on the line that is, or listening to the recording that is, you have to kind of get over that and start to think of it as like you have a responsibility to change lives. Like you're a life changer and you have a responsibility to put yourself out there. And when somebody says no, this was the best thing I ever heard of, they're not saying no to you. It is not personal to you. It's not because they don't like you. It's nothing like that. They are saying no because timing isn't right for them. It's them. They're saying no to themselves, not you. So you can confidently go out there on this Monday and every Monday after this and every Tuesday and every single day, you can confidently go out and invite people and talk about your challenge groups and talk about your programs and talk about your workouts and Shakeology and the opportunity, knowing that if they say no, it's not about you. It's about them. And on average, especially as like an emerald level coach, you're going to get one yes for every 10 people you talk to. Because again, this is health and fitness. It's not like just saying, oh, I'm selling a Minnie and Mickey coffee mug. Do you want this? This is easy to say yes to. Somebody saying, start your own business, start working out every single day and sweating your butt off, doing all these things. That takes a mindset shift, right? You guys know how that is. We all had to do it ourselves, but they will come around. So the people that are saying no, out of the 10 people you're talking to, you're going to get 9 no's and 1 yes on average. You might get more, but let's just say that's true, okay? Those 9 people, they're still watching you. You're still commenting on their stuff. You're still liking their stuff. And what I noticed in my first 6 months of my business, everyone was telling me to go for no. And everyone was telling me to present out of 10 people, you'll get 1 yes. I knew that and I just ran with it. But I remember Craig Holiday said to me, those no's will come back around. And I did not believe it. I was just going out there after that 1 yes. So that's what I want you to do. Don't even have to, I'm always like, trust me, man. I've been doing this for 8 years. You guys need to trust me. I've been through this. I'm telling you, this is the truth. Don't even trust me. Just go for no's. Go. The more people you can put, and then you'll see 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, 2 years, whatever. You're going to see all these people that did say no. They're going to be coming back. And then you could say, okay, finally, Mindy, we trust you. Okay, you were right. Because that's how I felt. I felt the same way. So what we went over today, just recapping, you guys got to be out there inviting. Okay? You've got to get out there inviting. And the only way you can invite to your challenge group, to this opportunity, is by growing your network. Yes, you all wanted to say the answer. You knew the answer. But we have to be adding new friends to our list every single day, every single week, every single month. This is consistency. Consistency is what's going to get you to diamond, to 2-star, to 6 figures, to elite, to 5-star, to 10-star, whatever your goal is. I don't know what it is. That's how you're going to get there, is consistency in the basics. Then I told you my 5-step system for that. You guys have that. I won't repeat it. And then the third thing is going for no. Putting yourself out there, knowing that this is your responsibility. You're going to get no's and it's okay. No's just mean not right now. Don't have to trust me on that, but that it's true. And then the yeses will come. Okay, so let's just think about this. Now go and do the math too. I want you guys to do the math on your own time and say, okay, my goal is to be a diamond coach, and it takes 8 coaches to be diamond, but I want to be a solid diamond, so I'm going to say 10. So I don't know how many coaches you have. Figure out how many coaches you have, and you need 10 to be a solid diamond, let's just say. And obviously you guys know you need an emerald on each side. Okay, so do the math. If you're going to get 1 yes, 1 new coach out of 10 people you talk to, go do the math and figure out how many people that you have to actually put this opportunity in front of. Okay, might be 80 people, and then divide that up in however long your goal date is. If your goal date is in May, June, whatever, figure out how many weeks till May 17th or whatever it is, and figure out how many times you would need to present the business weekly. Is it 5 times? Is it 10 times? Because if we're just going blindly at this goal and goal date, and we know we need 10 coaches, and so that would be like talking to like 100 people. How many people do you really need to present the business to weekly? Sometimes we go into it with this goal and goal date and we have no freaking clue. We're like, well, Mindy said 5 people a week. That's just average. I don't know what your heart is telling you to push for, and I don't know how many coaches you have at this moment. I don't know what your goal is, and I don't know your goal date. If I knew all those things, I would tell you an exact number, because we already know the answer, right? Out of 10, we're getting 1 yes. So you guys do that, and then what I want you to do is text or Facebook message or email your upline coach and tell, so it's either Tara, it's me, or if you're on the line watching the recording or whatever, and somebody else is your upline coach, go to your upline coach and just say, hey, on this Emerald call, I was told to do this formula, and here's what I have. Here's my goal date, or here's my goal date, and here's how many times I will present the business weekly until I hit my goal. Does that sound good to everybody?
I have one.
Okay,
thing.
Tara, do you want to?
Yeah. Really, really important, guys. You need tools. So when you're talking about the business opportunity, you need to be able to send them something to listen to what the opportunity is. But do not use YouTube. That's not where you're going to find your information. You're going to use an old group we have. That's what I use all the time. So what I do is actually I have 2 saved videos, and they are so if you go to any of our old groups like Create Freedom with Coaching, or there was a challenge group one where it's like a community one, and I can tell you guys it. I could post it after, but I actually go into those groups and click on the video and save it. The 3 dots on the top right of that post is where you can save it. You put it to your saved videos on Facebook, and that's what I share with them. So if they're on Instagram, I say, hey, you know, it's so much easier to chat. And I don't do this initially. Like, we have to have conversation first. And then I just say, hey, it's so much easier to chat on Facebook. I could voice message you, and I have a video that I know you would love to watch. It's about coaching, what we've talked about before. So can you send me a friend request? And then I give them my name. Or do you have a Facebook, and I can send you a friend request? And that way they're all in one place, and I can just share the video right to them. And then you can write down when to check in with them. I recommend using that over YouTube. YouTube just is trash. There's a lot of great stuff on it. And that's how I really trained myself with YouTube, but it's because we didn't have the training we have now. Mindy and I put together such great training for you guys of new coach training and training, Emerald training and Diamond and all that. All your training is right there. And it's current, where the stuff on YouTube is not current. Okay, so don't send people to YouTube. You can do it. Plus, if you need to make a video, and this is another tool that I use. If people are like, well, I don't get it. Like, what is Beachbody On Demand? What is this whole thing? This is what I do. I bring up Beachbody On Demand on my computer, and I record myself going through it, like 5 minutes. I say, guys, this is what you're going to get. It's so awesome. You get this, 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 and this. Then I send it over. You could do that. You don't have to be a professional to do that, right? That's what sells. Your story and them seeing it for themselves, them experiencing people's story with them, not just you typing up, this is what you're going to get, and it's all this, and it's just how much it is. That doesn't connect them to anything. Okay? So make sure you have a tool that you're going to use to share when you ask them, hey, have you ever thought about coaching? And they're like, no, but what is it? You're like, and then you just spill out everything that you've ever known about coaching. No, you want to say, hey, let me shoot you a video on Facebook, really be nonchalant about it. That's it. Just important though. Very important.
That is very important. Actually, good call. Okay, so does anyone have any questions before we wrap it up? Okay, so I just want to say on the record to my team, so those who jumped on late don't know this either, but I gave everyone on my team the wrong time. So
did I actually. I put 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh my God. Okay.
And then I switched it last minute.
We're going to get it together, guys. We are going to get it together. Thank you for tuning into the recording if you missed it, because your leaders can't give you a correct time frame. But that's okay. That's just, like I said, it's very hopeful that you could do this, because if we can, why not you? So, all right. Well, we'll talk to you guys not next. So our Emerald call is going to be the first Monday, just so you guys can put this in your calendar. First Monday of every month. And is it the third Monday?
I think the third is the diamond, but I'm not, oh my gosh.
It might be the first and the last. Or no, it's just once a month, isn't it?
Yeah, it's once a month.
Again, you guys, could we like edit that part out? Okay. So every month, it's the first Monday of every month, we're going to have these Emerald calls. And then when you graduate to Diamond, that's when the third Monday of every month that you'll graduate to the Diamond calls. Okay. That's it, right? We're wrapping it up now?
Yep. Let's do this.
Okay.
And if you guys
Thanks
have
for coming
coaches,
on, guys.
you can send them to the new coach call tonight at 9. Okay? All right.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks.